In a world where everyone seems to be competing for attention, have you ever stopped to think that true power might lie in keeping silent? Social media, everyday conversations, everything seems to demand that we share every detail of our lives, every dream, every achievement. But is this really making us stronger, or is it making us more vulnerable? Today, we're going to explore why protecting your dreams and staying silent might be the key to avoiding negative energies that derail your spiritual journey. Are you sharing too much? Are your words helping or hindering your plans? Let's discover the power of silence as a shield that protects your essence and your most important goals. Silence is much more than just not speaking. It's a practice of self-control and wisdom that helps us cultivate inner peace and clarity. In a world where constant exposure and noise are encouraged, learning to value silence puts us in a spiritually advantageous position. Great spiritual masters, like Jesus, would retreat into silence to reconnect with their essence and with God. In these moments of solitude, we find space to reorganize our thoughts and listen to our own inner voice, something the world's noise often drowns out. However, silence isn't just a practice of introspection. It's also a tool for protection. Every word we speak has power, and when we speak without thinking, we can end up wasting our energy on unnecessary arguments or explanations. Silence, on the other hand, allows us to conserve that energy, directing it toward what truly matters. This is especially important when we're nurturing dreams or plans. By keeping silent about our intentions, we create a safe space where they can grow away from external interference. Besides protecting our projects, silence also offers us a clearer perspective of the world around us. When we talk less, we observe more. This allows us to better understand the people and situations we're dealing with. Silence gives us an advantage because it positions us as observers, where we can notice nuances that would be missed if we were constantly talking. This practice of observation is essential for developing discernment, a vital skill for anyone seeking spiritual growth. Finally, silence teaches us the value of patience and active listening. Many of the answers we seek externally are already within us, but we can only hear them when we quiet ourselves. Thus, silence is not just the absence of words, but an active state of deep listening where we can connect with our inner wisdom and divine will. For the chosen ones, this practice is fundamental to maintaining focus and spiritual protection, especially in a world that constantly calls us to speak and expose ourselves. And it's precisely in silence that we find the best way to protect something even more valuable: our dreams and plans. By keeping them guarded, away from criticism and external influences, we give them the necessary time to grow and strengthen. Dreams are fragile in the beginning, like seeds planted in fertile soil, but they still need time and silence to take root. When we share our plans too early, we risk exposing them to criticism, doubt, and even envy. Often, people can't see what God has placed in our hearts, and their comments can undermine our confidence. Therefore, there is deep wisdom in protecting our dreams and plans by keeping them secret until they're ready to face the world. The Bible teaches us the importance of discerning who to share our purposes with. Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. Matthew 7:6. This doesn't mean we should distrust everyone, but rather that we should be selective. Revealing a dream before it is strengthened can cause it to falter in the face of others' criticisms or doubts. Keeping it silent allows it to strengthen, nourished by faith and silent work. The environment around us also plays a crucial role. We're not always surrounded by people who understand or root for our success. Some, even without malicious intent, may project their own insecurities and fears onto us, which can weaken our determination. Therefore, keeping silent about our dreams is a way to preserve creative energy and protect our plans from external influences that can distract our focus. Protecting dreams and plans in silence also helps us maintain the patience and persistence needed for them to materialize. As we grow spiritually, we learn that great achievements don't happen overnight. We need to cultivate our goals calmly, away from the spotlight, until they're ready to manifest. And when the right moment comes, Our dreams will be strong enough to withstand any criticism or challenge because they've been built on a solid foundation of silence, faith, and work. Just as protecting dreams requires silence, it's also important to pay attention to what we say. Words can be a powerful tool, but if used recklessly, they can destroy what we're trying to build. Words carry immense power. They can create realities, but they can also destroy dreams and relationships. The Bible warns us that the tongue has the power of life and death, Proverbs 18:21, and this truth is especially important in our spiritual journey. What we say, how we say it, and to whom we say it can open doors for us or leave us vulnerable. Often, we share our ideas or feelings without considering the consequences, and this can expose us to criticism, doubt, and negative energies. The danger of words often lies in how they are received. Not everyone who hears our intentions is rooting for our success. Some people, without realizing it, project their own fears and insecurities onto us, making us doubt our plans. When we talk too much, we give others the power to influence our decisions and undermine our confidence. That's why silence becomes a fundamental ally. It protects us from the need to justify our dreams or respond to unnecessary criticism. A classic example from the Bible about the danger of words is the story of Joseph. When he revealed his dreams to his brothers, believing they would understand, he was betrayed and sold into slavery. His trust in words ended up resulting in a long period of suffering, although in the end, God transformed that situation. This example teaches us the importance of keeping certain dreams and feelings to ourselves until they are ready to be revealed to the world. In these cases, silence protects us from others' impulsive and destructive reactions. In addition to protecting us from others, it's important to reflect on how our own words affect our reality. When we speak negatively about ourselves, we are planting seeds of doubt and fear that begin to shape our perception. Expressions of pessimism, discouragement, or defeat create invisible barriers that hinder our journey. If we constantly repeat that we are not capable or that our dreams are impossible, we start to believe it. Therefore, we must be extremely careful with the words we choose, as they have the power to transform our lives for better or worse. Not only what we say to others, but also what we say to ourselves needs to be carefully examined. Our words create an energy field around us, and when we speak with faith and determination, we attract that same energy back. On the other hand, words of doubt and fear create a negative energy field that can block our progress. Thus, the practice of silence and conscious use of words keeps us aligned with our spiritual journey and divine will. By speaking less and choosing our words better, we stay focused on our goals without wasting energy on conversations that don't add value. Finally, ill-placed words can damage important relationships. How many times has a word said in the heat of the moment caused deep wounds, whether in friendships or romantic relationships? These words can create a distance that is hard to repair. Therefore, it is essential to use words wisely, carefully choosing what to express, especially in moments of anger or frustration. Silence, in these cases, is a powerful tool for emotional control, allowing us to avoid misunderstandings and maintain balance in our relationships. Our relationships are fundamental to our growth, but they can also be sources of vulnerability. Sharing intimate details of our lives with the wrong people can open the door to misunderstandings, judgments, and even emotional manipulation. Not everyone around us is ready to understand the depth of our feelings or the challenges we face. Therefore, keeping certain aspects of our private lives is a form of self-control and protection, ensuring that what is most sacred within us remains intact and safe. This practice of keeping private matters should not be confused with distrust, but rather with wisdom and discernment. Sharing too much without reflecting on the intentions of those who listen can turn an innocent venting into a source of vulnerability. This is particularly important in moments of weakness or confusion when we are emotionally more exposed. What should be a relief can end up becoming a burden if the person we trust with our feelings doesn't know how to handle the weight of our truth. The Bible teaches us to be wise as serpents and innocent as doves, Matthew 10 verse 16, encouraging us to be careful when deciding who to share our struggles and successes with. There are times when venting might seem like the easiest path, but we need to assess whether the listener is prepared to receive our vulnerabilities without judgment or distortion. Remember, what is sacred to you will not always be treated with the same respect by others. Moreover, silence in close relationships has an emotional protection effect. Sometimes, by revealing our vulnerabilities to people who don't know how to handle them, we find ourselves trapped in cycles of negative advice or malicious criticism. In many cases, these people project their own fears and insecurities onto us, which can weaken our inner strength and confidence. Keeping silent, in this sense, is a way to keep our spiritual peace intact and avoid absorbing energies that can distract our focus or weaken our purpose. Another point to consider is the impact of revealing private matters during conflicts. How often do we see relationships, whether personal or professional, wear out when secrets or flaws are brought to light in arguments? These words can turn into weapons, used to hurt in moments of anger, and often create wounds that take time to heal. Maintaining privacy in certain aspects protects us from having what we share in intimate moments used against us. Finally, keeping certain details secret also gives us the necessary time to process our own emotions. Sometimes, by speaking too early, we end up exposing feelings that we don't fully understand yet, which can lead to confusion and regret. Silence, in this context, allows us to reorganize our thoughts before deciding whether it is really necessary to share something, or if it is better to keep that feeling to ourselves. This practice helps us strengthen our inner resilience, maintain a balanced spiritual journey, and prevent our personal struggles from being used as tools of judgment or manipulation. Silence is a powerful form of spiritual, emotional, and even physical protection. In a world where exposure is constant and too many words can leave us vulnerable, those who understand the value of silence find a stronghold. Silence shields us from others' opinions and judgments, allowing us to keep our intentions and dreams safe. By staying silent, we preserve our energy, preventing it from being drained in conversations that could distract us from our goals. Keeping silent doesn't mean omitting or repressing, but rather choosing wisely when and how to speak. By not revealing our plans prematurely, we avoid letting criticism, doubt, and even negative energies harm what we're trying to build. Silence gives us the space to mature our ideas so that we can present them to the world at the right time when they're strong enough to face any opposition or resistance. Additionally, silence is a form of energetic protection. Every word we utter carries a vibration, and talking too much about a dream or plan can dilute its energy. When we keep our plans secret, we preserve this energy, keeping it focused on what really matters, achieving our goals. Imagine your dreams as a vase filled with water. Every time we talk about them, we spill a bit of that water. If we talk too much, the vase empties before we're even ready to manifest what we desire. In this context, silence is a way to ensure we're using our energy effectively. Another important aspect of silence is its ability to protect us from our own impulsive reactions. In moments of frustration, anger, or fear, we tend to speak without thinking, often resulting in words we later regret. Silence gives us the necessary time to process what we're feeling, preventing misplaced words from damaging our relationships or steering us away from our goals. When we speak in the heat of the moment, we can create unnecessary conflicts and harm important connections. Silence, in these cases, acts as a filter, allowing us to choose the right words at the right time. Finally, silence is a way to show trust in divine timing. We don't need to announce our plans or achievements before the time is right. When the right moment comes, our actions will speak louder than any words. Silence teaches us patience, trusting the process, and understanding that not everything needs to be revealed immediately. By allowing our accomplishments to speak for themselves, we show that we trust the bigger plan and are at peace with the building process. Silence protects us from the need for external validation, reinforcing our faith and connection with divine purpose. The silence, as we saw, isn't just an absence of words. It's a stronghold, a way to protect what's most sacred within you, your dreams, your faith, your spiritual journey. Throughout this video, we explored the power of words and how they can both build and destroy. Now the choice is in your hands. How are you going to apply this knowledge in your life? Is it time to stay a little quieter, observe more, and preserve what you're building? Remember, your dreams are precious and need to be protected until the right moment comes to reveal them to the world. If this message resonated with you, leave a comment on how silence can be your secret weapon moving forward. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share this video with those who need to hear this message. The journey continues, and you're ready to take the next step.